Good evening and welcome to another broadcast of Evening Review. My name is Oneuptwo Greg. I'll be your host tonight. And in the studio with me this evening is Desiree Mentor. She is the Public Relations Officer of the National Theatre of Namibia. Hi, Desiree.
Hi, Oneuptwo.
How are you doing?
I'm lovely, thank you. The rains have come, so I cannot complain.
Excellent, I agree. You know, with Namibians' independence celebrations this week, the question is, does the National Theatre of Namibia have any special events lined up or anything that we can look forward to?
We're quite excited to celebrate and, of course, inaugurate a new president as well.
Yes.
So we are part of preparations is we've collaborated with Oxygen Communications. So we'll actually have the Namibia National Symphony Orchestra Independence Celebrations for 2-day event.
Wow.
On the 19th and the 20th of March. So we ushering into independence with a classical show.
Like
so
that.
you can please make a turn by the theatre.
What time will it start?
It starts at 7 o'clock on each night, and you can obtain tickets at Web Tickets. So we would gladly usher you into a new face of Namibian independence.
And you know, I have such fond memories of the NTN. It's a beautiful space.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's been the home of diverse productions over the years, and one of the upcoming shows is Blended Voices. Can you tell us a bit more about that one?
Yes, I'd like to call the theatre like it's one of the spaces that basically I can say we've hosted people from almost all over the world. And we're just glad anytime we are able to put on stage a fully Namibian production as well.
Yeah.
So we're excited to bring Blended Voices. It's a choral competition.
Okay.
It's our first year of such a competition. So it's quite different in all other choral competitions, because what this competition does is take contemporary Namibian music, and then choirs have to make choral renditions of it. So if you ever think like Big band song in a choral version.
Oh, wow.
So that's the type of vibe that the competition is giving. So we're excited to bring that on.
Do you also go to the Kwaito and the Hikwa and the...
Yes, we have there is one choir that's going to do a redemption of Siwele Wele.
Oh, wow.
So the old Jackson Gayo and Ngubukubu.
Yes.
So it's so exciting to see how these choirs are going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely sure that we're going to put on an amazing production that not only us but the people are going to enjoy.
When will that be?
It's on the 26th of April.
Okay.
It's only one evening. We have 7 choirs that will battle it out, and they are from Windhoek, Oshakati, Luderitz, Walfish Bay. That's what I can remember now off of my head. But basically, on most parts of Namibia, 7 of the choirs battling it out for a grand prize of $50,000.
Wow, wow. And a choir can really do with some money.
Yes.
Okay, looking beyond the independence theme and the blended voices, what else has the NTN got in the coming months for theatre lovers and people looking for entertainment?
We've actually started off the year with auditions for this Blended Voices and also auditions for theatre play. So what you can look forward to is also a prescribed text. So what the theatre does is use theatre as a tool for education as well. So we're going to have on stage God of Women. It is a prescribed textbook for grade 9 learners across Namibia.
Okay.
So they will have an opportunity to see this play. So what we're bringing is from page to stage, and hopefully then helping the learners to understand the texts of books and stuff better. So that also is a book written by a Namibian playwright, Professor Sifiso Nyati, and we're going to have a Namibian cast and interaction with Joseph Molapong, who's also,
Hey, wow.
so we're excited to bring that for school children. We're going to stage it in Windhoek for learners in Windhoek as well as Rehoboth and Okahanya. Hopefully, if we do get enough funding, we should be able to take that out to other regions as well.
Wow, but that means thousands of kids, doesn't it?
It's yes, I can easily say it's more than 6,000 children.
Wow.
Across these places, Windhoek surroundings, and then Rehoboth, Okahanya. For 2 weeks, we'll have 12 showcases. And theatre full of children, yet again another opportunity to have the buzz back at the theatre again. So we're excited for that as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now the NTN is a very versatile space. You guys are able to do a lot of things, but I don't think everybody really appreciates what you can offer in terms of logistics, in terms of staging. What does the NTN have already at its disposal, even in terms of skills? And what are the challenges that you still face?
Well, what I can say is in terms of the venues, the magic of the theatre is that anything can really happen inside it. So we have quite a number of venues, which would be your backstage or the auditorium, that can be used for various purposes. Like a backstage, you can either have a musical performances, or you can have a gala dinner, you can have public speaking events. Same for the auditorium as well. We can screen, we can do some film screenings in there as well. We have our dance rehearsal room that provides opportunity. If you have like small workshops and stuff, you can do that. We have a space where bands can come to rehearse. And then if you have small events like book launches and those type of things, you obviously can also make use. So the space is quite versatile. What we do is we offer free theatre tours as well. So if you're either a corporate, a theatre enthusiast, or generally if you're family and you just want to show children that, or a school group for instance, you can just book a theatre tour with us.
Okay.
It is free of charge. Wow. And we take you around the spaces, which shows you where wardrobes happen, where stage units and all of these props are made, how costumes look like. We take you on a little tour to experience theatre as a building, also because it's one of the oldest buildings in Windhoek. It is more than 60 years old, so you still get to see some of the artworks. We have like a beautiful carpet in the foyer that's hand woven. I don't think they make a lot of hand woven carpets anymore, so those are some of the things that you can experience at the theatre.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, the NTN has always played a pivotal role in promoting local storytelling and talent. Can you tell us about how you continue to provide those opportunities to showcase what Namibians can do?
Yes, absolutely. Like what I just mentioned, through the Blended Voices competition, we definitely showcasing Namibian talent in terms of choral, and in terms of theatre, we have opportunity for actors to be employed for this period as well, for creatives to be employed, not just actors, but you get like a lot of other people, which would be stage managers, a sound engineer. So there's opportunity for people also to earn some income while we are providing an opportunity and then just giving back to society in terms of using this tool, hopefully, as a medium for social change.
Yes. You know, I noticed that you are very excited about the change, the new president, the new government. If you could have your wish list granted in terms of NTN and theatre and performance in Namibia in general, what would you ask for? What would be the top 3 things?
I definitely ask for more theatres.
Okay.
Decentralization of theatres, so that currently we just have one theatre in the country. So I definitely ask maybe for an opportunity to have more theatres across the country, and for the creative sector to receive the necessary support in order to be able to contribute as much as they do with the little that they already have.
Okay.
Yes, those would be probably one of my main 2. And then, like bringing theatre everywhere, everywhere, to schools and to the deepest of rural areas. Because there's so much, it's such a catalyst for change in itself, the creative sector in itself. So if there's opportunity for people that doesn't have to experience it, then that would be so much great.
Wonderful, All the world should be a stage.
It is, actually.
It is already.
It is. All the world is a stage, and we are all actors. Everyone indeed is a performer.
Yes. So Desiree, it's time for a break now. So we'll take a break and then we'll come back shortly. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the Evening Review. My name is Oneuptwo, and still in the studio with me is Desiree Mentor, the Public Relations Officer of the National Theatre of Namibia. Desiree, just this week there was the National Arts and Culture Policy.
Yes. Quite exciting events in terms of the creative sector as well. We were launching, or the launching of the Art and Culture Policy was taking place at the National Theatre of Namibia.
It's long awaited.
Excuse me?
Is it long awaited or?
It is. It has been since 2017.
Wow.
So it's quite been a while that we've been waiting for such a policy. I think at least we're getting somewhere in terms of the creative sector and frameworks and policies, which is so important,
very important,
into growing the sector as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'd really encourage every artist or creative out there to make a point in getting this policy. You can make contact either at the National Arts Council of Namibia offices, or you can also get a copy of that as well. So definitely a big step in the right direction in terms of, just growing the creative sector.
Yeah. I imagine that if there's a policy, it might help streamline the arrival of much needed funds. I think
definitely funding, I think, is quite a challenge throughout. Throughout, we know that in most cases that art is always put on the backside, always either used as an element of entertainment, but these kind of policies and stuff can just show that art does not need only to be entertaining, but it can also be educative as well.
There was an issue recently that was doing the rounds on social media about the musicians who were asked to perform for free at the state events.
Oh,
yeah, and some musicians who were not so happy about it. I must say, I personally am on the side of the musicians, and I think that if they agree once, then they're going to be asked to perform for free again.
Well, there's some. I guess it depends from event to event, from national what the purposes are for the event as well. But I am definitely certain that if there is an opportunity for artists to benefit through any other means or gatherings that there may be, that definitely be considered as well.
I can't agree with you there, Desiree, because for instance, at some of the events, there was food provided, and for sure the caterers got paid. There was security, and the security company got paid. There was electricity used, and the electricity company got paid. So it's difficult for me to support any kind of justification why specifically the artists should not get paid.
I understand. I understand. I can understand that, but because we were not so directly involved in the rationale behind all of that, I am unable to claim now. I'm unable to give you a definite without definitely justifying. Therefore, the call is to corporates, government institutions, and everyone out there that if there is an opportunity to, that the consideration be made for artists to be remunerated for their services.
But let's move on quickly to a much more joyous topic, which is World Theatre Day. That's later this month?
Later this month, on the 27th of March. Worldwide, it is celebrated World Theatre Day. So I would encourage you to make a turn at the theatre, or even put up a theatre play, some storytelling sessions, anything. Or sometimes we think the theatre is so far from us that it is a building out somewhere. But what this day is encouraging is that you just celebrate the power of theatre. We've all grown up in a culture of storytelling, for instance. Or you'd have comedy nights, like arrange a comedy night with friends, arrange a theatre day, visit a theatre, or do just something creative as well for that day.
I lean towards poetry.
Poetry. That's also a great way to celebrate. So you can organize a small poetry session, be that at home or with friends here and colleagues as well. You can do something great in celebration of World Theatre Day. So we look forward to that. We're celebrating the day with the Elam Primary School.
Oh.
And we're definitely looking forward putting across a magic show for them.
A magic show?
A magic show. So
for the learners?
For the learners.
Okay, so they're being invited?
No, we go to them.
You're going to them?
The theatre goes to them.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a wonderful initiative.
Yeah, so we'll be celebrating the day, World Theatre Day, because it also coincides with World Theatre Day for children and young audiences, which is a few days before on the 18th of March. So that's celebrated on the 20th of March and the 27th of March we're celebrating World Theatre Day. So we're merging those two events and excited to put that out for the learners.
And the visit to Elm, will that be during school hours?
It will be during school hours, yes.
Okay, no, that's a beautiful initiative. I also read something about International Jazz Day. That's also one of my favorite musical genres.
Yes, again, the theatre is collaborating with the Franco-Namibian Cultural Centre as well as UNESCO. And every year also International Jazz Day is celebrated by the 30th of April. So we will have something online, not online, but I mean at the theatre. So there's also an opportunity to come out and enjoy some nice jazz music, and we will be having on stage a band from the Reunion Island.
Oh, wow.
Culture. So again, the House of Internationals is the National Theatre. So we're hosting those artists and also a few local Namibian artists there as well.
One thing that really excites me is, for me, a blast from the past, a name that I remember from my school days, primary school days, Sandy Rudd.
Yes. Funny you should mention Sandy.
Yes.
Ms. Rudd is celebrating 40 years in the industry. She's done extensive and amazing work with the theatre and with other independent theatre practitioners. Sandy had done many things, and I'm sure like you, there's a lot of people that can relate to the things that they have or been a part of with Sandy. So she's celebrating 40 years at her 70th birthday at the National Theatre of Namibia. Sandy, of course, is also a lifetime achiever at a National Theatre and Film Award Lifetime Achiever in theatre as well. So we're very excited to put on her production as part of, so it will be a look at 40 years. So some of Sandy's work will again be on stage. And you can see brief snippets of all of the works that she's done throughout the years at the stage for over 2 days, and I think that's somewhere in the middle of May. But there'll of course be more detail on that. I can come back to to express this. So
I'm sure it wouldn't
very
be all
excited.
of the works, because I remember being a playing card soldier in Alice in Wonderland when I was
we're not gonna. We'll just say in primary school.
I doubt that one will be included in your repertoire.
Well, we don't know, but then that's the excitement. I'm sure that she's done so much work that it might not be possible to put on everything. But if there's anyone out there to just come and celebrate the day with her.
What's your first memory of Sandy Rudd?
White hair, big. So I came as a very youngling at the theatre. Many years ago, and I can remember Sandy walking into the office. I think it was a box office, and then they had an event. But I met her in the office corridors, and I was quite astounded. I was like, "What? This is a blossom of a human being." So
larger than life.
Larger than life, and I've always just had good, amazing experiences with Sandy as well. So I can also remember being at her 60th birthday party, where I think it was the party we all had to dress up like Sandy. So there's been so many fond memories and so many times of having to engage with Sandy, and I'm sure that like a lot of people can relate to that as well.
She's the one who taught me how to project. So that I can get loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited to put on 40 years of theatre works with her on the stage at the National Theatre of Namibia.
And another example of how women lead. You know, they really take us places.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. It's important. It's important. No, cool. I think it's been a wonderful conversation, and thank you very much for coming and sharing all that you've shared with us. I'm glad to see that there's a full program for the next few months at the NTN, and I can only wish you all the best of luck, and the sky is the limit.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We look forward to amazing shows throughout the year. So if you'd like to make contact with the National Theatre, be it as a theatre enthusiast, if you're sitting out there with concepts and everything, please make sure that you get in contact with us. You can make contact through our social media pages at National Theatre of Namibia, or visit our website to just browse through what is happening and what opportunities there may be for you out there at home.
Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us for another evening review. There'll be more following soon. Join us again tomorrow. Good night.